is there any value left in the terms craft beer or craft brewer anymore?
Adsy with the mic and chatting news on all things beer. Joined by Phil, Dan, and Matt, or anyone else to join the cheer. Hiker Brewing is where we chat, 'cause it's where good beers are at. Support it out.
There we go, mate. Yeah, off and recording.
So it's another Tuesday at Hiker Brewing.
It is another Tuesday.
Not just any Tuesday.
It's not just any Tuesday.
First day on the job.
That's right. Are you going to welcome me?
Oh, welcome. Take a hike.
Yes, no, first day in here this morning.
Getting your head around the place. Like, I know you haven't been here many times, so...
Yeah, no, it's all new to me. I must admit, it was a bit weird walking in here. Even said to Daniel when I rolled up this morning, it was a bit weird coming in. Like, I normally just drink beer.
You've actually got to work for beer now.
So, no, it's good. Like, I mean, there's going to be so much, right, that I've got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And stuff. We're not going to turn it all out in a week or two. It's more just finding out all the little things, getting the priorities, and starting to move forward. So, looking forward to it, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so welcome aboard.
Oh, yeah, thanks, mate. It's, I think it'll be good fun.
Yeah, get into the inner workings of Hiker, so...
Yeah, and then get over to East Brizzy and
Yeah.
get that pumping as well.
Yeah, exactly. No, it'll be good.
Yeah.
No.
Looking forward to it, mate.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having some more hours off now, so it's good.
Yeah, mate. Do you deserve them? I mean, have you done much work? No,
No.
That's right.
Bugger all.
Hey.
So, yeah.
Quick shout out to our sponsors, Bintani, Craft Punks Canning, Convoy Kegs, Rullings Labels and Stickers, and of course,
Hiker Brewing
Concern.
Yeah, so another dour week in the craft beer world.
It is a bit dour, hey, with the news. Yeah, Valhalla and Lotus Brewing. Well,
Lotus is the
Distribution.
parent.
Lotus is the parent. Yeah,
is the parent company.
Valhalla
of
Brewing to be liquidated.
Yeah.
And that's...
Did they go into VA or?
They did go into VA in June, July, sometime around then.
Yep.
About $1 million in debt. But reading the article, this is on Crafty Pint, reading the article, there's a number of smaller breweries or other craft breweries that are also impacted on account of Lotus distribution, so they would have bought product. So generally how it worked is you send a pallet of beer to Lotus and they pay for it on consignment. So as they sell it, that's when they pay for it. So they're sitting on the product. And so I'm not sure what's happened with product there or how that works. But regardless, like in the article there's Seeker Brewing that are out something like $38,000 or something.
That's a massive hit for a small brewery.
Isn't it what? Yeah. So, obviously not ideal for Valhalla, but not ideal for anyone that's owed money as well from it. But
there's no winners in it.
No, they're reading the article, not listening to anything. Reading the article, it's more on like Scott, the owner, and his family were putting a lot of money in. They just did a couple of equity crowd funds as well. So it's not like they weren't trying. Yeah, they gave it a good crack. I think it's just the nature of...
Yeah, and unfortunately, like that's right. I forgot they did equity crowdfunding, but that's it's not the panacea, is it really?
No.
So obviously it's free money in a way, but it just leaves a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, particularly when they get liquidated and people, small investors have lost money.
Yep.
Without really, wonder how transparent they were in their offer document in regards to...
Or was the offer document at the time looking at future expectations that didn't happen? Like if we spend all this money doing up our venue, well, you've put all that money into your capital venue, and if no one rolls in, all that money's for naught.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So, yeah, a bit of a shame, but
Yeah.
probably not the only ones to come.
No, I
Unfortunately.
don't think it's. Well, it's definitely not the first, and won't be the last.
That's definitely not the first. No.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster over the last 18 months because I think, because Ballistic went into VA just after we opened, so it was a perfect storm for Hiker. So it was good because everyone thought Ballistic had closed.
Still do,
So-
some people. Yeah.
I don't tell them any different.
My loyalties are here now, so yeah, I don't feel like you're bagging me.
No. So, but it's funny even that stigma. But I think, the one brewery I think who's gone into VA who did it well was Big Shed.
Yep.
Like they really got the community to rally behind them.
They went really hard at getting
like
the community
marketing,
to support them.
and like save the brewery type days and stuff like that. So I think I'm assuming like there's a pride element with some breweries, like going into VA and sort of like go into their shell.
Yep.
But I think if you own it and try and get that local support to generate cash.
Yep.
So it's funny with a lot of them. You just think, they're going to VA and they just like sort of shut down. They don't really change their marketing strategy. But
No.
I think Big
But it's
Shed
also
did a really
hard
good job.
to do that. And I can only talk of going through, like when we bought Ballistic, we put a docker in and went in there. So
Yeah.
I wasn't involved in any of the VA stuff. We just took them over as a company that was,
Yeah.
in the shit. And it's hard because you've still got your debts to pay. You've got to pay cash on up front for everything.
Yeah.
The suppliers won't give you anything. And you think putting money aside now as a solvent business towards marketing is difficult. Imagine being a business that is coming out of VA and every dollar matters more than ever. To say, we need to spend money on marketing, it's a hell of a lot difficult.
Yeah.
And I don't know that there's a one-trick pony to it either.
No, but
But it was, you are right. That's a great example because you haven't heard much of like Akasha or Wayward. You used to hear a lot. from them.
Yeah. No, but it's just I don't know whether it's a pride thing or whatever, but Anyway,
I think there is a little bit of pride there.
Oh yeah,
It's
it'd be
a
very
bit of
embarrassing.
Like you sort of, you got your tail between your legs and your hat in your hand, going, look, we still want to be in the industry.
Yeah.
But you can't come out making massive waves either. And
No, particularly when, I suppose Wayward, because they did equity crowdfund as well. So it's a bit hard, but it's hard. I don't think there's anything, but I just really, thought the strategy that Big Shed did was, was good.
No, we'll agree with that.
Yep. Our mates down the road, Slipstream.
Mate, they're taking a hike
They're taking a hike up to the
up
sunny
to the sunny
coast.
coast. Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I'm in two minds. I think it's great for them. They would have done their due diligence, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They're Alyssa and Deal, obviously pretty good operators.
Yep.
They know what they want from it's not going to be a brewery
No.
up there. It's a tap room.
Yep.
And it was going to be a Black Ops tap room. And when the VA happened for Black Ops, obviously they've gone out of that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where it is. It's the old malt shovel thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
No, I don't either.
How big the venue is, or what the
It's
rent
pretty big.
is.
Something like 300 seat.
Hey, Daniel. HLT's full. sorry to interrupt the podcast.
Yeah, see, we do work in a real working brewery, right here.
But it'll be interesting. It's funny. Like I just showed Daniel before actually. Like
Yep.
there's a new revamped sort of restaurant sort of up for lease in Banyo, and I just sent out just to find a bit more.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
that we need a hike at 3.
Yeah, please don't do that.
No, but just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Because I'm always looking at these things.
Okay.
But the rent, Oh my
Yeah.
god! Like the rent was like astronomical.
Well, that's like where this Slipstream one is. It's in a shopping centre.
Yeah,
It's not in a shopping centre, but it's like backs right up onto it, I think.
yeah.
It's in that precinct. The rent would be pretty exy, I'm sure. And it's like a 300 seat
Yeah, it's not going to be
venue,
cheap.
so it's obviously not that small. It's pretty decent size. Yeah, I mean, do you think Slipstream up on the coast, like obviously, I wonder what their sales were. That's for me, like, what were their wholesale sales up there? If they were selling a lot, are they going to sell a lot less now? Or are they going to be exposing more customers to Slipstream that before never had them?
Yeah, I think it's the latter. I think it's just getting. Cause it's definitely not a brewery, so it's a hospitality venue.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think it'll be.
Which, to be fair, the new, like, since Slipstream updated, then
Yeah, they would have learned a lot.
that's a venue now.
Yeah,
like,
it's,
that's
it's yeah. I don't.
you don't go there
I don't
as
really
a brewery.
classify-
It's,
no.
The brewery's tucked
It's-
up the back end.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know,
Yeah.
if people didn't know there was stainless steel up the back,
Yeah,
some people probably don't.
It's more. It's more a restaurant now than
Yeah.
They do brew on site. So no, it'll be interesting. I think the challenge is going to be like getting good staff. I see on. I get my Seek alerts every day in regards to any jobs relating in the brewing industry. Like they've put another ad up for the venue manager and up the rem by another
At the venue.
yeah
Yeah.
up the rem by another 10k.
Yeah, right.
So I think they're obviously reading between the lines.
Yeah.
They're
Man, it is hard to find good, not just line hospitality staff, but just good staff overall. Venue managers and that are, hard to come by.
and you got to put a lot of faith because there's the tyranny of distance between here and there. Whereas,
Yeah, well, you need the right person in the right role.
yeah, so
Um,
they'll end up paying overs for it.
Well, the bigger chains like the Spirits and all of these that own like the whole hotel groups, that's where people are going to because the wages that they can provide,
Yeah,
and they're not going to really go into VA or out of business, so you've got job security there.
yeah, they got pokies.
That's right. So they're able to throw the money around and keep you in and stuff like that. Whereas, the independents, there's so much negativity in it, so many articles at the moment around our industry
Yeah,
that, like, it's hard. Like, you'd be a fool to be working for us, any of us, to be like thinking, oh yeah, my job's secure. Like, you never know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So it'll just be interesting. Yeah, the tyranny of distance up at the sunny coast. Obviously, there'll be logistics in regards to getting beer up there, but that's there's Paramount and
Yeah, I mean, there's the right
whoever.
times of day back and forth. I mean, it's shit if you're driving in peak hour, but you're not going to commute from Brisbane to there. They're going to have a team in place on the coast that look
it's
after
gonna
it. So,
but obviously, my read is that obviously Slipstream is doing very, very well, and they probably picked up Mighty Craft's, bit for not much.
yeah,
Because and obviously they're doubling down on they're sort of very similar strategy to us with East Brisbane. So the beauty of East Brisbane is it's 15 minutes up the road or 10, 15 minutes up the road, so it's a lot easier and a lot more shoestring for us. So
yep. Well, the Slipstream guys will know how to run kitchen and everything. They can move staff up there for a week or two. Train your staff. And
no, I wish them.
it's that ethos though that you need to get across, like your company feel and voice. That
and they're
it's sometimes difficult
what are they
to
calling it?
translate.
Social or something? So
The social house,
social house.
I think it is. Yeah,
Yeah. No, it's interesting because
which I don't mind. Oh, that's a cool name.
Yeah, when I was looking at opening a like a craft beer bar / sort of restaurant before I got with Daniel, that was always I really loved. I used to go to Suburban Social in Chapel Hill a lot. I really like that word social because that's what it's all about.
It is what it's about.
And I noticed they've closed down the one. Well, they sold the one at Holland Park. There was another Suburban Social there, and that's now Clover something, and that's owned by you know, the Woods and
Yep.
Oxford Tap House. So
Yeah.
I went there when I go there, Saturday night.
Yep.
So for dinner, just to check it out.
Yeah,
so
okay.
It was pumping.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So they're doing well.
Yeah. Hey, the next one is a bit of a shock headline. Is it cheaper to buy illicit drugs than it is beer?
Of course it is.
It's always been cheaper on your night out.
Well, I've never done it, but like I assume it's better bang for your buck. So
Yeah, well, that's what old mate here is saying. So, Tumut River Brewing. I don't know how to say that word because I'm an idiot vocabularist.
Yep.
Vocabularist. Here I am making up words. Fucking look at me go. Maybe I am. I'm awesome at this. But yeah, Tim Martin is the guy's name, and he's just saying, you know, our costs keep going up further and further, and it's easier for the younger people who, health-wise, don't want to drink beer, maybe, but are quite okay to be popping a pill or sniffing some powder or whatever they're doing.
yeah,
Because it's cheaper on a night out, and they get a longer buzz, a bigger buzz, and that's the buzz that they're looking for. Which, you know, shouldn't they be spending less time trying to eke the tax out of us and more time preventing illicit drugs? You know?
Yeah, but I think governments. Yeah, that's right. It's interesting. That's the problem with the tax system. So the tax system actually drives this behaviour, like this underground illegal stuff.
Yep.
And it's even like you look at like cigarettes. Like, you know, there's so many like dodgy cigarettes that have been imported from overseas that get through customs.
Mate, last year there was a huge raid on a tobacco farm. They were growing acres of tobacco.
So you're actually driving, because the cost of, you know, legal things are getting so expensive.
Yeah.
That provides an opportunity
For the
illegal stuff to actually grow and flourish, and you know, like, and they can up the price a bit because, you know, it's so expensive. So
that's right.
So it's this counterintuitive thing that, like, you know, like taxing it more actually may not be for the greater good of the community. So,
it's well, where are the people coming out, sounding off about, you know, the ones who attack us for the health with regards to beer? Where are these lobbyists coming out? On the illicit drugs and stuff? So
I think there's a very much a cause and effect with the tax system. So which
and if you know how to pronounce Tumut Brewing or Tumut Brewing, let us know. Because I'm keen to learn. Mate, this one out of the US. Is there any value left in the terms craft beer or craft brewer anymore? And I think we touched on this last week, like with the independent. Is it boutique? Is it artisan? Is it, you know, what is it? And I think it's a question that, you know, we're not going to answer.
No, I don't. If there was a simple answer, it would have been solved already. So
yeah,
ChatGPT just doesn't do it. I've rattled its brain. Or has it got a brain? I'm not sure. But yeah, no, I'm a little bit over the word craft beer. I'm also a little bit over the word independent.
Yep.
I think beer is beer, but I think it's more around, you know, I think there's two elements. One, it's Australian owned, so like that's one of the key things I think we need to, you know, or family owned, Australia owned, family owned, you know, whether it's, you know, social, like we'll just chat about that word in regards to, and that's what it is. It's a social, like the beer that we're doing is a social lubricant. So, but that's what I mean. Like, I don't care what beer people drink, but it's more of a conscious decision in regards to, is my money ending up in Japan or is it ending up still in Australia? That type of thing, you know, big or small. So, like Coopers, like you know, they haven't joined the IBA.
No,
but
despite
still,
despite the IBA
changing the constitution, which I find bizarre that they haven't actually joined.
Yeah.
because like
I would have
why
thought that
would
there
they-
would have been some
would
sort
have
of
been-
interest from Coopers.
well, they would have
for them to
surely they
change
would have
the
had the
constitution.
conversation with them
Yeah.
before they actually changed the constitution. Are you interested in
Well,
joining?
there are independent craft breweries that are independent, but because they're owned by a hotel group that has pokies in their pubs,
Yeah,
now they're no longer able to be members of the IBA.
yeah,
And I know a couple of them who are pretty furious about that distinction, even though the breweries themselves
yeah,
operate independently within the business.
yeah. Like I for one hate poke machines.
Yeah, I do too.
They're the scourge of society.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, yeah.
why? Yeah, why should they not be allowed in to the IBA?
Yeah, because I think it's because they're trying to keep out the Coles and the Woolies owned small breweries so that it helps people make that further distinction that they're independent.
Yeah,
And all the income, the majority of the income derived in the business is not from the pokies, it's from
but
the beer.
is
and
that the
brewing.
the moral compass of the IBA? Like to actually
Well, it
determine
seems to be,
that?
because that's why they changed the constitution too.
Yeah,
And I'm with you. I didn't think it was right. And yeah, talking to a couple of my mates down in Sydney, you know who you are. It's affected the entire brewery, and they've gone from being huge supporters of the IBA and championing that independence, and yet we're a part of this, we're proud of it, blah blah blah, to now not even giving a shit, even though they can be involved more to a degree. They're like, no, why should we do anything anymore?
yeah. That's the first time I really thought about it. Yeah, it was a bizarre stance.
Like, it's just
But that's what I mean. Like, I don't know. Like the IBA needs as many members as it can get at the moment. Like, I don't know. They seem to be treading water. Like,
I don't know.
I'm going
That's
to. Well, Queensland chapter's going well, isn't it?
yeah, it's great. Yeah.
White noise. being a bit controversial on the podcast.
You can be controversial.
No, well, it's okay. I'm going to be
Here we go.
controversial.
Okay, yeah.
Phil's going to have a rant.
All right, here we go.
No, well, hang on.
Phil's rant. Yep.
We contacted the IBA,
Yes, we did.
and and we even like to start the Queensland chapter.
Well, that was 6 months ago. We were.
Yeah.
I was down at Ballistic.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. We were-
And Freegan, yep. And then we put on Hiker put on an event, gave away some free beer.
Yep.
Got a lot of energy in the room.
There was a lot of people here. Yep.
Freaking crickets. Then they went, I'll wait for the IBA board to be voted in.
Yep.
And still get
Still
crickets.
crickets. Yep.
And it's like the IBA is dying. Like
I
its
did
revenues,
talk to Annalise the other week about
Yep.
it, and I asked her,
Yep.
and she said that she sent an email off, and she would send another one off, but still nothing.
I just think it's an absolute joke personally, but we were willing to give up our time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of energy in the room that night, and it's all just petered out. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
rant over.
Rant over. It was a pretty quiet rant.
No, it was pretty quiet.
Yeah,
I've got some. Yeah, I could rant for hours on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But it's just, and that's not me being bitter and twisted, not getting on the board of the IBA. Like,
No.
I only put my hand up because and I was so pleased that there was 5 or 6 Queensland nominees.
Yeah. Yep.
And we got 2 on the board.
That's
Fantastic.
right. Yep. And Tom and Annalise are
Tom and Annalise
fantastic in the
really.
role.
Yep. Oh, for me, it was a great relief.
Yeah.
I was a little bit busy.
Well, East
Yeah.
Brisbane probably wouldn't have come around.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. But it's just frustrating that I don't know.
Yeah.
I just see that I don't know. It's the IBA have battened down the hatches. No BrewCon, so that revenue stream was gone. Numbers for the Indies was down, but every beer competition's been down, so they
Yes.
wouldn't have made as much money, from that. And then
Yeah, I mean, well, it's hard. I mean, obviously, the IBA are an association, but they're still a business. They've got to work out where they're putting the support and how they're doing it, and it's not a Queensland thing, it's an Australian thing, so they've got constituents from all over the country that they have to represent. And how do you do that the best? I mean, yeah, I don't claim to be smart enough to work all that stuff out. But
I'm now, like bang for buck. We, as Hiker, as a business, and every brewery's like, cash flow is king. Cash flow is king regardless. But like, is the paying of the the membership fees? Are we deriving that much benefit for our business?
I think we are. I think you have to put in that amount. Like if you put in, I don't know what Hiker's paying, but like say it's like $1,500 to be a member for the year based on your annual output or whatever that it goes off. You equalise that over how many cans you can put your logo on, as well as the independent logo. That message that you can send to the consumers that come into your venue and tell them about your independent and tell them what they do. I think that is the missing concept. The IBA, for us as an industry people, is excellent. We've gone right off topic here, but the IBA for us as an industry is great. We know who it is, but consumer facing, do the consumers know or care who the IBA is?
Honestly,
I don't think that
I don't
they do.
think so. Like, I don't think case in point, like White Lies, like Lee, is not a member of the IBA.
Yep.
Right? Are we generating more sales at Hiker because we've got the seal on the can compared to a business like White Lies?
No, I don't think so.
No,
not at all. But it's more that you do it in the hope that it grows and people do become more aware of the IBA and the independent seal.
but what's their strategy?
Well, I don't know. They've got one, and they've got those phases that they've got coming out to be more consumer. Do more consumer.
But how long's that
logo
been around? How long the Indie Seal's been around for fucking years?
Yeah.
Excuse my French.
Yep.
But it's all very well. Anyway, I just question. They should be driving events. They should be freaking driving. Having craft beer alley at freaking the Ekka and things like that. They need to start generating some revenue. At the moment, I feel like they're just waiting for the white knight of government to come in and give them a massive, grant or something for them to be able to then pester government. So why is the government going to give them money so that they get pestered more?
Yep.
Anyway.
On a lighter note, something you just mentioned, the Ekka. Did you get along to the Ekka and see anyone there?
No,
or?
I was going to go.
I saw Matt, a photo with Matt and Ian from Happy Valley.
Yeah.
Which was cool to see, but I didn't get along either.
No, I was thinking about going on the Monday, but I had a big week at East Brisbane and just needed to go for a hike.
Just life, yeah.
Actually, no, because I think it was raining too, and I went.
Oh,
so I just
it was raining on People's Day.
Yeah.
That would have 2 days after.
That would have taken a hit.
Yeah.
That would have. I think because I think normally they claim they get around 400,000, but I think I saw on Stalkbook, I think it was about 350 this year because the rain would have really impacted.
Yeah, it would have stopped people going for sure.
Yeah. So, it would have been interesting to see how Craft Beer Rally went this year. So,
yeah.
So, and back to more of a agricultural element.
That's all right.
Hop season in Oregon.
Hop season in Oregon is the harvest is down 20% based on craft beer sales are diving.
Yep.
Brewers don't need as many hops. We talked about this a couple of episodes ago. But 20% is a fifth of the business. So it goes.
So it wasn't
to
due to drought or environmental conditions.
No, this is craft beer sales. People just are not Well, not
Interesting.
people, businesses just are not able to. And I think it'll bounce back. And this is the thing, right? Like we've got an agricultural product which, takes time to grow. You only need to talk to Andrew from Hilltop Hops about how I was talking to him the other week about how whether he's got anything in the ground or how it's all sort of working. He's about to do a third paddock or something. But the hops take a while to grow, and we want to use them when we can. So when business starts ramping up again, like there's going to be a crossover time where the hops, they're not growing enough yet.
Have they ripped out vines, or like
I
or
don't
they just
know.
didn't harvest them? Or?
No, I don't. I'm not sure if they're just. I just don't think they're not planting as much.
Yeah.
It's. There were a lot of farms that were just pulling out vines. There were just a lot that just didn't put as much in. But it's more just 20% down on growth is a huge amount.
Yeah.
And that's one grower.
Yeah.
Well, one sort of alliance, right? But
I wish they'd just keep harvesting, because that would mean the hop prices would come down.
Yeah.
100%. Selfish me. Yeah. No, it'll be an interesting space to look at. So.
Yeah. Look. Here's a quick fact for you. So Oregon Brewers Alliance, or whatever it is, has gone from 7,000 hop acres in 2022 to only 5,500 acres in 2024.
Okay.
So, and this is only one area, but it's still, it's just an impactful fact, I think, that is
it's
interesting to know.
Yeah, no, that is very interesting. So,
next one is a cool article I found because I love brewing with weird shit, and I find there's some statements in here that I do find a bit annoying, but the actual article's pretty cool. So there's a new brewery over in the States called Force of Nature Brewing, and they're avid gardeners and things like that, and so they use a lot of really weird hops and flavour and things in their beers, where a lot of people don't. And one of the quotes here is, "Nobody else is doing herbs with beer." I'm like, nah, people are, for sure. And it's all well and good. They want to educate people who have no idea of what's around them and whatnot, which is all well and good. But to say that no one's using hops with beer, it's probably because we already have and know what works and what hasn't.
And we just brewed our new IPA yesterday.
Yep.
Evergreen.
Yeah, yep.
So with a bit of
herbal terpenes.
Sticky purple so that'll be,
plant.
Without the good stuff with the bad stuff, depending on what side of the fence you are.
That's right.
So that'll be interesting to see how it goes. So
some of the ingredients that they're talking about, like definitely, you wouldn't see them in a lot of beers, like dandelion root and calendula flowers, lemongrass, lemon balm, elderberry syrup, thyme. I've brewed with thyme. I've brewed with lemongrass. I've brewed with not dandelion, but I've brewed with mushrooms and bacon and fucking cauliflower. I made a cauliflower stout. So I think people are brewing with things, but to say that no one is the thing. But I would actually really love to go and visit this brewery. They probably do a rosemary beer, which I would be in for, but it's an inside joke for the people who know me. But I would love to go there. I love all the weird ingredients and just trying something new, giving it a crack, seeing what happens. It's the sort of thing I think you almost need a pilot kit to run out first and do half a keg or a keg just to see how it goes. But the amount of natural weird adjuncts that I've brewed with over my time when I was doing MasterChef beers, that would work great.
Might just go to the toilet.
Righto, mate. So, the next article, the myth about dark beers. Do you know what the myth about dark beers is?
As I never read the show notes.
No, I know.
I reckon it's about, I don't know, the colour or something.
No. And this is pretty prevalent. Are dark beers really stronger in ABV?
Seriously?
Yeah. People still think that being a dark beer is going to have a higher alcohol content.
Interesting.
So a lot of people don't really, you get double IPA, even just a standard IPA is a higher ABV than a Guinness.
It's got nothing to do with the
colour of the beer.
It's funny. That's like a lot of people, even like Wee Little, because it's slightly dark. It's not overly dark, but then the light. So Scottish light ale as a style, they think light as in light in colour. Yep. But it's actually light in ABV.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's
well, it'd be on the same thing, right? Like you have go to Matic and have the blonde.
Yep.
That's not a low ABV beer.
No.
That's up over 5, I think, 5.5, something like that. Sorry, Annalise and Kristen, if I've got that wrong. But yeah, I think it's easy to say, in your mind, to think that it's going to be higher in ABV, but it's definitely not the case.
Do you think it's because of the Guinness effect?
Well, why? Because Guinness is only, 4.7 or something?
Yeah, true.
It's not... Guinness isn't a high ABV beer.
No.
It's just a,
Yeah, no, that's true.
dark beer. Oh, there you go. 4.2% for Guinness.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
There you go. I stand corrected.
Anyway.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so there you go. So, if anyone's out there and got a theory, I'd love to hear it. You could even do a beer chicken at some point. With dark beer.
Dark beer.
Anyway.
Yeah. We need to do
that.
Yeah.
Need to get that at some point.
Yeah. And mate, the last one is back to my finding the weird scientific things. Is it easier to make beer in space, and will it taste better? So...
now let's think about the science behind this. Well, because there's no gravity.
It's microgravity, that's right.
So without the gravity, I don't know.
Yeah, so...
You couldn't have a blow-off tube.
No, so that's what they're saying, that at the moment there's no...
You have to put it under some sort of pressure.
There's no plans to send like a homebrew kit up to the space station just to give it a crack, but what they're finding is that the microgravity seems to be helping the yeast. And it's not just, they're not using Saccharomyces all the time, but they have taken it up there. But yeah, they're just finding that it's happening faster, and there's more yeast viability, and the microgravity doesn't have a harmful effect on fermentation, which I find really kind of strange and interesting on its own. Like, as you know, I used to grow chilies, right?
Yeah.
There's a series of chili seeds that you can buy from the Chinese chilies, and they're called space chilies, that have gone up to space, and they've grown them in the space station or some controlled environment up there, and then they've brought them down, and then the chili seeds have actually warped. So there's things now called Helix Nebula. They've gone up there, planted like the Chinese, just a standard Chinese, almost like a capsaicin or whatever. Oh, capsaicin. Can't forget what it is. Capsicum. Or the... Fuck, I lost my mind. Who cares? It's one of those long ones, right? And what's happened is it's come back and it's grown, and it grows in like a...
Oh, really?
Like a...
So the
Helix
DNA
Nebula.
or
So
something
the
has changed.
DNA in it has changed. There's other ones like called solar flare, which grow a different way now, and they're producing bigger chilies. They're longer. They've got more spice. They've got more variation in how they grow, and people are after these chilies. Like they're Space
crazy.
5, Space 4. There's all sorts of weird things. So I don't understand. Like yeast is a growth thing, right? Even humans, if we spend too much time in space, we lose bone density, things like that.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm not going to volunteer to go up there and do it.
No, I don't really. I'm not a fan of
Space travel.
space thing. I don't think it's for me.
I don't think it's for me either.
No. Although I reckon with my beer gut, I reckon I'd probably be worth sending to Mars, because I could last. I could last being sent on minimal food.
Imagine, surely some of the brainiacs that go to like the International Space Station or whatever was back in the day. Surely they were brewing something there to like
Oh,
take the edge off.
you would. I don't know. I don't think you can.
No, I don't think you
I
can.
don't think you
but-
can even sneak anything on. It's even very hard to get anything in that
Yeah.
shouldn't be there.
No, exactly. Yeah,
So-
it would be.
Cool. All right, we're done for the day, I think, mate.
Yeah. Short and sharp episode. Another depressing week in the brewing industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
When's the good news going to happen? I suppose Slipstreams is good news. So
Yes.
like,
Yeah. Well. Yeah, there'll be some good news coming. I'm sure there's some good news around the corner. We're going to start talking soon about Bermuda.
Bermuda will be
We've
good.
got to get that going.
Yeah.
Bermuda, I'm looking
And
forward
a few
to
other
that.
events sort
Yeah.
of got in my head. So I think,
Oh, you and me both, mate. Yeah.
but
That
yeah,
could
we've
be,
got to like start. I think events is the key. So
Yeah.
But yeah, but no, it's been a good week for us. We got approval for our grease trap for East Brisbane
Excellent.
yesterday. So
So it means
So
the
that's
food
another-
truck can come along.
yeah, so the permanent food at East Brisbane is getting closer. So
Yep.
obviously you still got to put the grease trap in, but
Yeah.
get through council is always a
Yep.
blessing.
Mm.
So I'm sure they'll put other roadblocks up along the way,
Yeah,
like they always do. But yeah, so anyway, so
As is their
that's a
want.
step in the right direction. So really looking forward to like doing that full offering at East Brisbane, because I think that's the missing key.
Yep.
So, but yeah,
Yeah, nice.
Righto.
I think
So
that's it. Yeah, I've got nothing else, mate. I'm
no.
just sitting here.
But if anyone who listens, the 3 people that do, just drop us a line if you want us to talk about something, or if you
Yeah, if you
come
find an
across something.
article, yeah.
It's it's always good to have a bit of input, or harass us to do like the beer chickens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I've had multiple people hit me up about the beer chicken.
yeah,
So that's something we're definitely going to have to work on.
yeah. I think that's a spring thing.
Yeah.
Spring chicken.
Oh, yeah. You know what I was thinking? I wonder if Boydo ever gets like old kegs that they can't use anymore, and he can decommission a keg, and we can turn a keg into a beer can chicken grill thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Because a beer can, the chicken can go
Yeah.
stand upright in it, and we can put the coals in the bottom with the raised false bottom.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah. I don't know
I'll
how
talk to
often
him.
the kegs sort of fail, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's more the seals. And
or we
stuff
don't
and
tell him and we just paint one and
Yeah. Just find one on Marketplace.
that's right. Yeah.
Some people got no clue.
Boyd
Anyway.
doesn't listen to this, so we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Righto.
All right, mate.
Until next week.
Pour it out.
And take a hike.
Take a hike.
Take a hike.
Take a hike, take a